crystal clean water and air. I want beautiful clean air. We have now the lowest carbon. If you
I
look
don't
at
know if I need
our
to be using
numbers
my
right now,
earpiece or not.
we
Uh-oh.
are doing
What the
phenomenal.
hell I just
But
do?
I haven't
Okay.
destroyed our businesses. Our businesses aren't put out of
Man,
commission.
Trump up here
If you look
exposing
at
Biden.
Paris Accord, it was a disaster for
Exposing his
Brazil.
son, Hunter.
And people are actually
I
very
did not
happy
know
about what's
Hunter was
going on
kicked out the
because our
military
businesses
for
are doing well.
cocaine
As far
use.
as the fires are
I
concerned,
had to come
you have
live.
forest management. In addition to everything else, the forest floors are loaded up with trees, dead trees that are years old, and they're like tinder, and leaves and everything else. You drop a cigarette in there, the whole forest burns down. You've got to have forest management. You've got to have guts.
Man, this is crazy. What's up, Manny? Who else
I
is that?
believe that we have to do
Uh,
everything we can to have immaculate air,
Malik, what's
immaculate
up?
water, and do whatever else we can that's good. You know,
This
we're
debate
planting
is
a billion
crazy.
trees, the Billion Tree Project, and it's very
I
exciting.
said, Manny, what's up?
Human pollution, greenhouse gas emissions contributes to the global
Are y'all
warming.
watching the
A
debate?
lot of things do, but I think to an extent, yes. I think to an extent, yes. But I also think we have to do better management of our forests.
If y'all in the United States anyway. I would have a low battery with me.
California's burning.
Yeah, man, it is.
If that was
I had to
canned,
come
if
to
that were
watch it because I
good
knew
forest
Trump was gonna
management,
go
good
straight
forest management,
ham.
you wouldn't be getting
Learn
those
something new
calls.
about
In
Biden.
Europe, they live their forest cities. They're called forest cities. They maintain their forests. They manage their forests. I was with the head of a.
You gotta listen to what Trump be saying, the underlining stuff, man. His delivery might not be that great, and it's hard in 2 minutes to get out everything you need to say.
There shouldn't be that problem. I spoke
But
with the governor
you know,
about
I
it,
was
getting
waiting for
along for a
Biden
long
to kind
time.
of,
But I
yeah,
said,
you
at
gotta let
some
Biden
point,
speak. But
you can't every year have
some of the stuff
hundreds of
Biden is
thousands
saying,
of acres of
he
land just
contradicting
burning to the
himself.
ground. That's burning down because of a lack of
But sir,
management.
if you believe in the science of climate change, why have you rolled back the Obama
And if you look at
clean
some of his
power plan,
mannerisms
which
with
limited
some of the stuff
carbon
that Trump say,
emissions in power plants? Why
you
have
could
you
tell that he know what the
relaxed
hell Trump talking
Energy
about,
prices through the
even though
sky.
why have
we
you
might not
relaxed
know it.
fuel economy standards that are going to create more pollution from
The
cars?
underlying issues.
Because what's happening is the car is much less expensive and it's a much safer car, and you're talking
Yeah.
about a tiny difference. And
I say I've been
probably
paying more attention to him since
double and triple the number of
this
cars
year,
purchased. We have
since the
young
beginning of this
starts
year.
out there that are 10, 12 years old. If you did that, the car would be safer. It would be
Had to
much
look
cheaper,
past the
like
media
$2,500.
They simply
and all that news clips.
Cars off the market because people would be able to afford a car. Now, and by the way, we're going to see how that turns out. But a lot of people agree with me, many people. The car has gotten so expensive because they have computers all over the place for an extra little bit of gasoline. And I'm okay with electric cars too. I think I'm all for electric cars. I've given big incentives for electric cars. But what they've done in California is just crazy.
Vice President Biden, I'd like you to respond to the president's climate change record, but I also want to ask you about a concern. You proposed $2 trillion in green jobs. You talk about new limits, not abolishing, but new limits on fracking, ending the use of fossil fuels to generate electricity by 2035, and zero net emission of greenhouse gases by 2050. The president says a lot of these things would tank the economy and cost millions of jobs.
He's absolutely wrong, number one. Number two,
But they started looking at him because no one believed Obamacare was bad except for Trump. He like my dad.
Of renewable energy
Oh, my
to
dad
cheaper
started.
than or as cheap as
Yeah.
coal and gas and oil. Nobody's going to build.
It's been a lot more than that. I'm more
coal-fired plant in
when he
America.
jumped on to
Nobody's gonna
Hillary
build
Clinton.
another oil-fired plant in America. They're
If
gonna
he get her
move
in
to
jail,
renewable
in
energy,
prison
number
for the
one.
stuff that she
Number
been
two,
doing,
we're gonna make sure
everything
that
gonna
we're
crumble.
take the
Everything they done
federal
built
fleet
up,
and turn it into a
all
fleet
the
that's
Democrats,
run on
everything gonna
electric
crumble.
vehicles.
I'm
Making
not
sure we do
Democrat
that.
or
We're gonna
Republican.
put
I'm just for what's
500,000
right.
charging stations and all
And when you
the
get to messing with
highways that we're
children,
building in the future.
that's when it becomes a problem.
Economy that in fact
Everybody
is
like to
going
blow stuff
provide
off the
for the ability
conspiracy.
us to take 4 million buildings and make sure that they in
When there's
fact
smoke,
are
there's fire.
weatherized in a way that in fact they'll emit significantly less gas and oil because the heat will not be going out. There's so many things that we can do now to create thousands and thousands of jobs. We can get to
I know.
net zero
That's what
in
I
terms of
said. I was like,
energy
dang, man.
production by 2035.
That sucks that this election is coming around right now when he got that pressure heavy on him right now. All these darn indictments that's out.
$15 an hour, but prevailing wage,
If he succeeds in getting Hillary in jail, everybody else going
And
down.
the first thing I will do, I will rejoin the Paris Accord. I will join the Paris Accord because with us out of it, look what's
But he
happening.
don't have that much
It's all
time right now.
falling apart.
Not when
And
November's
talk
right
about
around the
someone who
corner.
has no relationship with foreign policy. Brazil, the rainforests of Brazil are being torn down, are being ripped down. More carbon is absorbed in that rainforest than every bit of carbon that's emitted in the United States. Instead of doing something about that, I would be gathering up and making sure we had the countries of the world coming up with $20 billion, say, here's $20 billion. Stop tearing down the forest. And if you don't, then you're going to have significant economic consequences.
What about the argument that President Trump basically says that you have to balance environmental interests
All right, I'm
and economic interests?
gonna go watch the
and
debate
he's
with my
drawn
family,
his
so I'll
line.
see you later. But hope
He had to draw
you have a
a line.
nice day.
He's
Same to you,
for
Manny,
example,
man. I
make
appreciate
sure
you coming
that he wants
through.
to make sure that methane's not a problem. You can now emit more methane without it being a problem. Methane. This is a guy who says that you don't have to have mileage standards for automobiles that exist now. This is the guy who says that
Yep.
well, the fact that
Enjoy, man. Have a great rest of your night, big time.
About the Green New Deal, and it's not
I just wanted to come on here to see what everybody else talking about and think about this whole situation here.
$100 trillion.
I'm talking about
Where they want to rip down buildings and rebuild the building.
No,
It's the
that is
dumbest,
not-
most
that is
ridiculous,
not-
where airplanes are out of business,
That's it.
where two-car systems are out, where they
Not
want to
true.
take out the cows, too.
Not
Well, that's not true either, right?
Not
This is
true.
a,
Huh.
this is a 100.
They want to take out the cows too. Listen to what he talking about.
In 100 years, if we
Not
That was a very general statement, but
Because I actually, wait a minute, sir.
you,
I actually
you gotta look at what's going on in these headlines about them making 3D meat and all this other stuff.
Weatherizing 2 million homes over 4 years, building 1.5 million energy efficient homes. So the question becomes, some president is saying, I think some people who support the president would say that sounds like it's going to cost a lot of money and hurt the
Yep.
economy.
What it's going to do is going to create thousands and millions of jobs, good paying jobs.
But let him finish, sir.
Millions of
They don't know
jobs.
how to do that. The fact is, it's going to create millions of good paying jobs. And these tax incentives to people, for people to weatherize, which he wants to get.
Leave a like when y'all
it's
come
gonna
through if you
make
don't
the
mind.
economy much safer. Look how much they're paying now to deal
That
with
joker said they
hurricanes,
trying to get rid of the
deal with-
cows,
by the way,
too.
he has an answer for hurricanes. He said maybe we should drop a nuclear weapon on them. They may.
I never said that.
That's what they did say.
You made it up.
And here's the deal.
You make up.
We are going to be in a position where we can create hard, good jobs by making sure the environment is clean and we all are in better shape. We spend billions of dollars on floods, hurricanes, rising seas. We're in real trouble. Look what's happening just in the Midwest with these storms that come through and wipe out entire sections and counties in Iowa. They didn't happen before. They're because of global warming. We make up 15% of the world's problem. We, in fact, but the rest of the world, we got to get them to come along. That's why we have to get back into the Paris Accord.
All right, gentlemen, we,
Chris, so why didn't he do it for 47 years? You were vice president. Why didn't you get the world? China sends up real dirt into the air. Russia does, India does, they all do. We're supposed to be good. And by the way, he made a couple of statements. The Green New Deal is $100 trillion.
That is not my plan.
That's
The Green New
want to
Deal
rebuild
is not
everything.
my plan.
I want to rebuild
If he
everything.
knew anything about it, if he knew anything about
You
it,
see how he be reacting when
Something about the military.
Trump bring
He
us.
and his friends made it up, and then they went with it. I never said it.
okay.
that is.
You're having a segment.
He called
Mr.
the
Vice
military
President.
stupid bastards.
Wow.
He said it on tape.
Wow.
He said, stupid bastards.
no.
I would never say that.
Wow.
Go ahead. Mr. Vice President, answer his final question.
The final question is.
Well,
can
I
we-
served in the military. I'm a stupid bastard, according to Biden.
About the economy and about this question of what it's going to cost.
The economy.
I mean, the Green New Deal and the idea of what your environmental change will do.
The Green New Deal will pay for itself as we move forward. You're not gonna build plants that in fact are great polluting plants.
Do you support the Green New Deal?
Pardon me?
You support that?
No, I don't support the Green
Oh,
New
you
Deal.
don't? Oh, well, that's a big statement.
I
That
support
means you just
the,
pushed the radical left.
I support
You
the
don't?